Goddess Botanic here to bring you another plant focus of the week. So for my first plant focus of the week, we talked about the Philodendron Burgundy Queen, reverted pink princess philodendron. And the last plant focus of the week, we talked about Philodendron Riosport versus Philodendron Brazil. This week, I thought we would talk about the velvet leaf variety, the Philodendron Micans. Now, I've had my Philodendron Micans for a few years now, and it came to me in a small 4-inch pot. As you can tell, it's trailing up a moss pole. I had that idea this summer to train it to climb because I was doing some research on how to get bigger leaves, and with the philodendron varieties, if you can train it to trail up a moss pole, the leaf size will increase, in theory. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I have a serious love affair with all things deep, dark green, and velvety. I'm a big fan of the Philodendron Micans. The Philodendron Micans has iridescent heart-shaped leaves that are velvety and almost quilted in texture. Depending on the light, the color of the foliage can look deep green or rich purple, with new leaves emerging as chartreuse or copper. It is a vining philodendron, so it will trail beautifully over any pot you have it in, or you can trail it to climb a moss pole like I've done. Now, I have my Philodendron Micans living in my west-facing window in my living room. So it gets a pretty significant amount of bright indirect light during the spring and summer. Right now in Portland, it's pretty gray and gloomy outside, so I'd say at best it gets medium light during the day. It also sits right next to my humidifier because I've found that it really has been happy right next to the humidifier. And actually, I can give you a sneak peek into where it actually lives because we are sitting right in front of my west-facing window, my bright indirect light. Usually lives right here. And you can see that humidifier is doing such an amazing job pumping out all that warm humidity for my plants. I've spoken about this humidifier before in my plant tour, which was an hour long, so I don't blame you if you didn't watch it yet. I also feel like the best way to do a plant tour is to break it up into rooms, so I'll probably be doing an updated one of that in the springtime as I become a more seasoned YouTuber who knows what the heck they're doing. Over here I have a lot of my plants that really do thrive in the bright indirect light, that love that humidity. And to speak briefly about the humidifier here, this is my Levoit humidifier. It has been such a wonderful upgrade when it comes to humidifiers. I personally found it on the Amazon store, and it holds 6 liters of water in its tank. It also has a cool humidity function and a warm humidity function. So right now I have it sitting on the warm humidity function. It also came with a remote in which you can turn on and off the display, turn it on auto, you can change the mist level, you can set the humidity. So let's pretend I wanted it to be at 70% humidity in my room. You can set that. And once it reaches that 70% humidity, it will automatically sensor that it has reached that level and it will shut itself off. On the remote, you also have the setting for warm mist and the timer. Anyway, sorry to derail the plant focus. We're not very focused this week. Yes, so like I said, I've had my Philodendron Micans for a few years now. Came to me in a small 4-inch pot, and it has to be one of my favorite philodendrons that I have in my home. That's the plant focus of the week. Thanks for taking a minute to focus in on a plant with me. I'm really excited to talk about my philodendrons. They are some of my favorite plants, and I think they really like it in my home, which I'm really happy about and really proud of. Green Goddess Botanic here, signing off. I hope you have an amazing week, and we'll see you next time for another plant focus.